Welcome back. Chicago might not be a top destination for some foreign travelers, especially since it made headlines this past summer for gun-related violence and crime. But despite the turmoil, it appears the third largest city in the United States is becoming one of the country's main destinations for overseas travelers, bringing a record number of international tourists last year. Roza Kazan explores what's behind Chicago's success.
It's busy as usual at one of Chicago's most famous landmarks, the Bean, attracting hundreds of tourists even on a cold October day. But there is one visible difference. A lot of these visitors are from overseas.
We heard that it was one of the top destinations in the U.S., so here we are.
That's music to the ears of Chicago tourism officials, who for the last 2 years have been aggressively promoting the city to international travelers.
Welcome, everybody.
Judith Randall has worked as a riverboat tour guide for the last 20 years. She says those efforts are finally paying off.
In years past, people would come on from all over the world and they'd say, I had no idea Chicago was so beautiful. It's just they'd never heard of it or just happened to stop, but we don't hear that so much anymore.
The numbers are encouraging. Last year, Chicago saw a 14% rise in international visitors. The sudden leap surprised even the city's new tourism department, Choose Chicago.
It was a really big gain. We beat the national average, which was very exciting.
Vice President of Tourism and Leisure Sales of Choose Chicago says that's the result of the department's new aggressive strategy to raise Chicago's profile internationally. In less than 2 years, Choose Chicago opened 10 international offices, including 3 in China.
We really want to capitalize on in China because it is an emerging market and because of the potential of visitation from China to Chicago.
And this is why Chicago officials want international tourists to come here to spend money in its stores and dine in its restaurants, contributing to the city's economy. Choose Chicago says on average, international tourists spent $4,000 per trip. That's 4 times more than domestic visitors. So it's perhaps not surprising Chicago's Mayor Rahm Emanuel wants the city to break into the top 5 destinations for foreign travelers in the United States by 2020. Roza Kazan, CCTV, Chicago.